So there have been questions about the 3 schools that we work with in Kenya, East Africa. The first school is called Motivated by Love Kings Academy, which is in Apoya Village in Migori County in Kenya. The school is co-ed, so you have both boys and girls, and it goes from baby class up to grade 8. In Apoya at Motivated by Love Kings Academy, also known as MBL, also known as Kings Academy. There are multiple ways that we refer to that school. We have anywhere from about 300 to 500 students. When I first was introduced to the school back in 2017, there were about 150 students, and we have grown in capacity since then. And part of that growth was due to the institution of the meal program several years ago. So that's Motivated by Love Kings Academy. They are in a rural village, so it's very different from your environment in Nairobi, which I'll describe in a minute. But you will find a lot of agriculture in the village. The parents there are largely single parents, peasant farmers, meaning that they are not farming for industry. They're farming to take care of their own families. So when things like drought or too much rain or certain conditions in the weather and things happen, their crops are not able to produce. And the widows and orphans in particular will suffer when those kind of conditions occur. So during the 2020 situation with COVID, we were able to provide some meal assistance, food assistance, buying dry goods, rice, beans, and so on. So with that particular location, we continue to provide random support to the widows and the orphans, and we are consistently providing meals to the children at school during their school day. That's Motivated by Love Kings Academy in Apoya Village in Migori County. The second school that we began to support is called Victory School. When we first met Victory School was in an informal settlement or a slum known as Lucky Summer. Since that time, Victory School has relocated to a place in Babadogo, which is another informal settlement or slum. The conditions there in the slums are very dismal, as you have seen and as you will see in some of the photos and the video that we have taken there. Victory School, we also provide the meal program there. That was also the initial site for our educational enrichment program, which has moved, which we will talk about in just a second. But Victory School has anywhere from about 50 to 75 students. I think their largest enrollment has been about 120. But again, with the parents being in such dismal financial situations, often they are not able to pay the very minimal school fees that they're required to pay. And because the parents are not paying the school fees, therefore the school cannot support its own expenses. Beginning with the fact that the fees that the school is charging aren't enough initially to even take care of their expenses. So that's been quite a challenge for the school, and that's one of the reasons why we come alongside them. And we have provided support for salaries, we have provided support for rent, and we are still consistently feeding the children. The Victory School site in Babadogo is also the site for the parents of the Kingdom Business Women's Training Program that we just launched in July 2024 and was completed in August 2024. So that is a pilot program. We've gone through the first cycle of the women in classes. And at this point, because the women have graduated, we are starting a support program for them to keep the momentum going. They went through many classes. They went on field trips to business sites so they could see how a real business functions. They're learning how to take their businesses to scale or increase their client base or customer base, learning how to budget, how to save, how to be in a position where they do not have to not pay their children's school fees or take their children out of school because they can't afford to send them. So that particular program with the parents who are largely, again, single parent females, and Victory School is another site that we are working with. The third site that we brought on, and Victory School goes from pre-K up to grade 6. The third school that we are working with formally in a slum called Embakasi, Tasia, is St. Mary King's Academy. So St. Mary's King's Academy, we brought them on in March 2024. We were able to visit that school when we made a visit to Kenya in February 2024, and we began to feed the children there at that school. That school has about 35 to 40 students, and they are up to grade 1. So if you can imagine, across the 3 schools, we have a lot of little people, and up to grade 8 in the village, up to grade 6 at Victory, and up to grade 1 in St. Mary's. St. Mary King's Academy is also a very similar situation in a slum, an informal settlement in Embakasi, Tasia, just like Victory School. So again, you have single parent females not making a lot of money, not making money at all, run into various situations that require them to work or choose what they're going to pay, children's school fees, medical medical assistance, medical bills, compared to paying for rent and those kind of things. So needless to say, the parents and the families that we work with do have many challenges, and it is our role, our mission, our job, and our pledge.